Hey everyone, today we're going to discuss the 10 biggest sewing mistakes that beginning sewers make. And this is all brought to you by Fabricant.com.
Dead Sews! Dead Sews! Dead Sews! Dead Sews! Dead Sews! Dead Sews! This is how it goes with Dead Sews!
All right, number 10, buying too much material, buttons, notions, all of the accessories before you've even sewn your first project. You need to get some basics down before you come home with piles and piles of fabric and notions. Trust me, it's just going to keep building and building and building up in the corner of your room. And if you never sew that first project, well, you're just going to be mad at yourself and you'll have spent a ton of money on fabric and extras that you'll never use. Number 9 is using the wrong tools for the job. Hey, you know those scissors you keep in the kitchen drawer? The ones you use to open boxes with, to open mail, the ones your kids cut all their projects with, and they're caked with glue? Do not cut fabric with those scissors. And once you buy a good pair of scissors, guard them with your life. Or better yet, guard them with your scissors. Always use the right tool for the job. If you need to rip a seam, don't use your scissors. Yes, they're sewing scissors, but you need a seam ripper. It's going to be fast and it's going to do the right job. Number 8, skipping fabric preparation. Look, a lot of times you need to wash that fabric before you sew with it. Why? Because it's going to shrink. And if you make it the perfect size off of the sewing machine and then throw it in the wash, guess what? It's a size or two too small. Also, iron your fabric out straight. There's no need to be sewing on wrinkly fabric. Prep your fabric before you sew. Number 7, eyeballing your cuts and measurement. This looks straight. Yeah, that's until you have curtains that are 2 inches shorter than the other curtain. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Don't eyeball measurements. Don't eyeball cuts. Use a straight edge and measure, measure, measure. They say measure twice, cut once, measure 3 times. Number 6 is forgetting to backstitch or back tack. Look, your sewing is only going to be so good at the beginning. Why have it falling apart right away? Backstitch your stitching. That means go just a little of the way, then backstitch, then go back through. You're making stuff that you want to hold up. You want to hold up to the wear, especially if you're making things for kids. So don't forget to backstitch. Number 5, letting the bobbin run out. Look, there's a little piece in your machine that has thread that makes a loop when you sew. It's called a bobbin. And if there's no thread in it, you're not sewing. You don't have a seam. Don't let your bobbin thread run out. Keep an eye on it. If it looks like it's getting low and you're at a stopping point, thread up that bobbin. You will not regret it. Number 4 is not hemming or finishing your fabric. Yes, you need to hem the edges of your fabric. You know why the sleeve isn't fraying? Because it's hemmed. That's right, you need to hem the edges of your material so it doesn't start falling apart. And sometimes you're going to have to tie off a thread or two. The biggest giveaway that you made your clothes is that the fabric is fraying or there's string sticking out everywhere. Number 3 is letting others discourage you. We just talked about how you can spot homemade clothes. Well, look, it's not going to be perfect when you first start out. Don't let others discourage you. Don't let people say, ooh, that button's a little crooked. Ooh, that collar's a little crooked. You're not making it for them. You're making it for you. And you're making it, more importantly, to learn. Number 2 is you discouraging yourself. Look, not every project is going to work perfectly. My first project, I couldn't even thread the machine, and we took baseball bats to it. That's not what you're going to do. You're going to double your efforts and you're going to try again. Don't get discouraged. It is not going to look perfect when it comes off of your sewing machine. You're not a fashion designer with 20 years of experience, but you can be if you keep trying. And number one, well, that's just being too scared to start. Yeah, that's the number one beginning sewing mistake. You buy the machine and you just stare at it for a year, afraid to use it because you're afraid you're not going to be able to pull off your first project. Hey, I've got an easy project you can try right here. Super simple. Anyone can do it. Get off your butt. Go get that machine out of the box, put it on your table, and sew something. Who cares if it's not perfect? Do it for you and do it to learn. Hey, thanks for helping out with number 6, Maggie Frary, and thank you for helping out with number 7, Wanda Horn. You guys have won a prize pack from Dad Sews and Fabricant.com. Just email me your information and we will get that in the mail. Don't forget to click a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to Dad Sews so you can participate, maybe get on one of our lists and win an awesome prize pack from Dad Sews and Fabricant.com. Fabricant.com has great prices on fabric and the number one lowest price for Juki machines. Click the link below and you'll get a special price just for Dad Sews viewers. That's because they love us, I love them, and I love you too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with a new video.
This production is brought to you by the Plaid Dad Blog Podcast Network. For more information, visit us at plaiddadblog.com.